I gotta say something about the message though, which seems to be well received. Um, but I gotta tell you, that was all God. Like, I really gotta tell you, that was all God. I mean, I started working on it early. Like, I had to figure out which passages I was using the sermon title early because they have a actual like 6-page liturgy bulletin, that they pass out, and so, um, but, um, and I started working on it, and the passage that I chose was in Luke, Luke chapter 1. It's the bridge between the birth announcements and then the early births and life, so it's that bridge where Mary goes to visit Elizabeth. And then you have Elizabeth's words and then the Magnificat, so that's the passage that basically the sermon text was on. And, I mean, I know the text, I know the story, I know I know the setting, I know, but nothing was coming. Nothing. Like nothing. I had no points to share. I mean, I had ideas, but it just wasn't coming together, and so that's why I left home. I just left the house. I was like, you know what? I'll just get there early. It takes me an hour to get there. Get there early and try and figure it out when I get there in the car. And 30 minutes before I needed to be there, because I wanted to be there at 10:30. 30 minutes before, I get out this notepad right here, right here, right here, and I write down some thoughts. And I have 4 pages of, well, I have lots of pages of notes, but this was like the points. Okay. And I would tell you what it is, but I want you to watch the sermon. And so they recorded the sermon. It's on their Facebook page and YouTube page. I don't know how the audio is, so I also recorded it using my phone. But it's like all up in my face because it's on the podium. Because I was trying to be discreet. Anyway, okay, that was a joke. But I just gotta say, like, every compliment I got today, I did not tell them my process that I'm telling you right now because I didn't think that that was appropriate at that time. But I do want to share that God gave me the words today. And I'm glad that some people got something out of it. And I got something out of it too. What I saw was that I prayed, I prayed, God, you, even if I was super duper, had pages and pages of text and notes, and even if that was the case, if you don't show up, nothing's gonna happen. Like, I need you to show up. And I'm glad that for some people, God showed up today through me speaking words as a part of the worship service. One of a part, like, there was other sections of the worship and their church worship order. And I am appreciative of that because that ministered to me as I ministered to them and myself. And then they could, like, I was one part of the parts of worship service today. And so I just, as this little tradition that I'm gonna have, like a little few tidbits of me saying something after I preached. Well, this is it. Watch the sermon. Let me know what your thoughts are. And be reminded, as I am, that God is indeed at work shaping us all to do the things He's called us to do. Whether we think we're enough or not, or whether we think we're prepared or not, or whether we think we're the one to do it or not, the Lord is at work doing great things. So what about us? What about me? What about you? That's the message. But here how I fleshed it out through the work of God. Thank you, God, for showing up today, because normally this is the least I've been prepared for a sermon ever. And yet God still moved It's amazing, really, and amazing. So maybe God is enough. All right. Well, hope this message finds you in a place where you can receive it. And I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. All right. Take care.